Oh, we good? Yeah, we're good? You good? Yeah. All right. And we back bubbling like cook crack, and it's only right that we rock with you. I am the Husky Hustler, Fat Face Favio, the one and only Dunzo. And this is another installment of The Young and the Washed, the show where we ask questions you probably didn't know you needed the answers to. With me as always,
your co-captain, a.k.a. Trake, a.k.a. That Sometimes Guy, a.k.a. apparently London Tipton, can't do anything at the same time. What's Gucci?
And the man making sure that we are at least in the ballpark of being right behind the camera, the walk-on wizard. The only thing that you niggas in the South Bay should be concerned about when it comes to your relationship. The one, the only, Jay Palak. Give it up for my man. And with us, we've been blessed to have our studio audience here 2 weeks in a row. Give it up for yourselves. Guys, we have to embrace them. I was real scared. They got a call from The Price is Right this week.
Wow.
But we were able to match the price. You know what I mean? They ran the checkup, but we're here. We ain't no backups. So we're going to jump right into our first topic. And for this week, our list is going to be something that's a little bit older, but is still a matter of concern, near and dear to our hearts, some would say.
Something like that.
A while back, Charles Barkley had remarks regarding Draymond Green and his performances.
Blasphemy.
Draymond retaliated by saying, I am better than Charles Barkley, which, Travis, for lack of a better word, you would describe as
blasphemy.
Bullshit.
Crap.
Yes.
Everything.
Captain Crunch. Captain Save-A-Ho. So, we've compiled a list of what we believe are players not as good as Charles Barkley, but could definitely give Draymond Green yuckets. Okay?
Nothing but
in the words of Steve Nash, bottoms. Nothing but bottoms.
Hey.
First on that list for me is an ex-fat man close to my heart.
Of course.
The Marshmallow Warrior himself. Fat K-Love.
Fat K-Love.
Fat K-Love gives Draymond Green 26 and 11.
26, because it's going to be a double-double. Fat K-Love got rebounds just doing nothing. It's remarkable.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, especially offensive rebounds. But yes, I think 26 and 11 is definitely fair to say.
Who did you have on your list after Fat K-Love?
The one that I like to go to, the one here that we talked about this one time, Jermaine O'Neal. But 2004 Jermaine O'Neal, though.
Oh, so you're specific about
Specific.
This. Did Jermaine O'Neal have braids at this time?
Yes, he did.
Draymond Green, look at me.
Yes.
Look at me. You're never going to stop a nigga with braids.
No.
This man had straight backs and no hairline.
No.
This man's braids started right here. You're not beating that.
That man was vicious.
Well, if you could give an estimate, what do you think that would be?
What? How many buckets he's giving?
Yeah. What do you get? What's the Draymond Green talent?
I think Jermaine O'Neal 04 is definitely giving him a solid 21 and 9.
21 and 9. That sounds about right.
I
was a little less on the rebound. I feel like Draymond's a big body, like the
Okay.
rebound, but he's not stopping that 15-footer. There's no way. He looks like Littlefoot off.
Jermaine O'Neal like 6'11".
Exactly. Jermaine O'Neal looks like Littlefoot off Land Before Time. He's got the longest, slowest jumper in the world, but shit works.
It did.
You can't. You know what? Next on my list, this one was a little bit. This should be obvious. Actually, I got two because I believe they're going to kill him the same exact way.
Got it.
Chris Bosh and Amari Stoudemire.
Okay, you know what? I like that you said that because Amari Stoudemire was on my list as well. Phoenix Suns Amari Stoudemire is absolutely jumping over him.
People forget Amari Stoudemire changed the All-Star game. It used to be...
He changed the pick and roll.
But people forget there used to be a center and two forwards. Amari Stoudemire got so many votes, in the West that they changed it to 3 forwards.
Was that the dunk contest year?
I'm not sure, but I
Nash
do.
When he did the flip with the foot.
I'm not exactly sure. I want to say it's definitely that time, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, like people forget, like the All-Star format, many would argue is because Amari Stoudemire just got so many buckets on people.
Yeah.
Like, but there were so many other shooting forwards and the threes that they were like, this guy can't miss it. He's got more than every center who's there already. Yeah.
And Chris Bosh definitely, because he's going to spread it out. He can spread the floor more than
he's going to spread the floor. He's going to be unselfish. Like, a Chris Bosh silent night just means that he distracted Draymond Green enough that everyone else was able to go.
And the silent for him is like 15 and 10, I think.
15 and 8.
I still think he's getting the double-double.
Okay, also on here, I have a number one pick, an old body. Elton Brand.
Yeah, God, we're so alike. There's a reason why we do this. I guess.
Yeah. Elton Brand. Oh, and we got the first disruption from the studio audience. Let's put it up for him. There may not be laws with the White Claw, but there's definitely a fucking microphone.
That's fantastic.
Back to Elton though. It's big body. It's like the more refined version of Al Jefferson.
How about this? Let me ask you this then: Philadelphia or Clippers? Elton Brand. That's the question.
I want to say, Josh, you would remember this. Elton Brand on the Clippers had Chris Kaman still. Chris Kaman was there?
Yes, they were.
I want the Clippers one because Chris Kaman was next to him, and I know that's not technically the argument, but he was next to someone who was an all-star. People forget Chris Kaman had one all-star year. And he was a bucket that day, looking like someone.
I went to a Clippers game at the time when he was actually probably the best player.
And I think Elton Brand got to utilize the floor the most because he's out here with a man who looks like a custodian in the Joe Dirt sequel.
Jesus.
And he was out. But Chris Kaman's a bucket. Like he goes to LA Fit and dunks on all of your favorite hometown heroes.
So what is Elton Brand dropping? That's the question.
We're gonna do something. I'm gonna say a light 21-6. 21-6.
6 rebounds?
Because I think Draymond's going to try to... I think what helps him is if he's with someone who he can kind of go with the big body. Mm-hmm. Like, he moves his feet, he's long. The NBA's calling fouls nowadays. But I think, like, the only chance he has is if, like, the ref knows these are two dudes that are just going to bump all day. He's going to get away with some shit. Yeah. Like, you know, it's just... It ain't worth calling it all the time. So I think, like, he might sneak some rebounds. Like, you know, there's going to be... Yeah, there's a couple of those little instances. I don't think it's a detriment to Elton. Because I think that 21 is going to look like he put on a clinic on him.
I feel you. Definitely.
Who would be next on yours?
For me, 08 Pau Gasol.
08
Pau Gasol is definitely giving this man buckets in the pick and roll.
I agree with you. I'm not a Pau Gasol fan. I believe he is Charmin. I think we call him Charmin where I'm from.
Angel, one might say.
No. Angel would imply something good. And Pau Gasol's a great person. I've heard great things about this man. I'm not. But all these opinions are going to be sports related, not you as a person. Yeah. But I just feel like he gets around the basket and he gets scared. And don't get me wrong, I know he finishes around the basket. But I feel like this, like, he learned to shoot from the top of his head like that because he didn't want contact, not because that's his form.
Understood.
He was just like, if I go into somebody, I'm not about this. Like I believe every other elite power forward shuts him down.
I think Paul's giving him 16, and I think he's gonna give him 16 and 9.
I was gonna say 16 and 11 to be honest with you.
Oh, you could give him the double because
I'll say
double. Paul Gasol gets rebounds.
The one thing I will give Pau Gasol is he's one of the last people I will say I've seen really box out. Like, he does, like, the traditional...
Nice. And he would help the team overall. That's the thing, because he can pass. Pau Gasol is one of the best passers.
Pau Gasol is, like, a finesse version of Draymond to a certain degree. Maybe not on the defensive end, but, like, what he can do on offense. Yeah. Like, he's more willing. He's a willing passer from that position.
No, I'd say so.
Okay, I have two on here that I believe people want to hear as matchups, but I just don't believe the matchup will be good. Not for stats, but mostly for stats purposes. I take that back. I have Ron Artest and I have Dennis Rodman on this list. And the reason why I don't, or I should say not on this list, excuse me. The reason why I don't have them on there is because this is just going to be a bunch of people just fighting. Like, let's just call it spade a spade. Dennis Rodman's going to, like, it's going to end with all three of them having 6, 4, and 12. There's going to be 14 fouls between the three of them. And they're just going to be fighting. Like, I don't believe that Dennis gets in Draymond's head like that, to be honest with you. But I do believe there's going to be a wear and tear against bumping against somebody who's broke his dick. Like, let's just be honest. Dennis Rodman's broke his dick 3 times. He doesn't care about his body. This is a fact. This is a legit fact. He's broken it at least 2 times. 3 might be a stretch. He's explained it. He's gone to the doctor. You can only
sprain your dick because you can't break because there's no bone.
Well, there was blood. If your dick's bleed, you broke it. Or you have something that you need to go to Planned Parenthood for. Do not defund Planned Parenthood. Shout out to them. Hey, saved me a lot in high school. Shout out to
That's the audience too for that one. They like that.
That's the audience. So I just believe it's just gonna be a brawling fight. To be honest with you, that would be the most fun thing for me to watch. Was Draymond Green versus Dennis. Mostly because
I think Ron Artest won.
The Ron Artest...
Pacers Ron Artest, to be exact.
Oh, no. I don't even like that. I like... I think this would be a bet, at least matchup-wise. Not saying giving him work, but like a matchup-wise. I think Houston Ron Artest would be the one.
Oh, for actually giving work purposes.
Yeah,
like I'm thinking fight purposes.
Yeah. Fight purposes.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman anywhere. We could go Mavericks Dennis Rodman, Lakers Dennis Rodman, Spurs Dennis Rodman. All the Dennis...
Globetrotters?
If I'm not mistaken, the Mexicali Caliente or the Mexicali Soul Dennis Rodman.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, he was in... my family's from El Centro, so he played down there at one point.
Okay.
I think that's where he played. But... yeah, like I believe the Long Beach Jam, Dennis Rodman, when he played with Matt Barnes. I'm pulling them out the hat today. But yeah, I just think
another Matt Barnes reference.
Yeah, another Matt Barnes. Oh, Travis, who is Matt Barnes?
Yeah, I'm not repeating that one. You can watch the promo for that.
But I think that's more of a fight than it is anything else. It's not as maybe not enjoyable to watch for a true basketball fan. Yeah. But as a fuckboy myself,
yes.
I love that. Also on this list, I have... Okay, this one's... I think we can fight this. Josh, I would like to hear your opinion on this too.
Of course.
Who's having a better day versus Draymond Green in their prime?
Okay.
Phoenix Suns, Sean Marion.
Okay. The Matrix.
or Orlando Magic Rashard Lewis?
Ooh. Rashard, no?
But that's just buckets. Like, there's a whole stat line worth of
Lewis.
shit, though.
Rashard Lewis. Oh, stat line?
Like, we're talking, because it's a whole
line?
stat line. Like, everybody else, we talked about rebounds, we talked about assists. Like, you got to get, like, Sean Marion's getting 8 rebounds on him when he shouldn't be getting 8 rebounds on him.
A lot of those are long boards, too, though. Those are a lot of long boards. You can't blame him. Stats are stats. You can work his work.
I got to get him. Someone's got to get him. Steve Nash is gone. You got outlets.
I'm still going with Rashard. I'm still going with Rashard Lewis. I'm going with Rashard Lewis.
Josh, what are you thinking?
Going Sean Marion.
You going Sean Marion?
Close. It's close.
I think you know what I'll say, Travis? You're right. Rashard Lewis probably gives more work, but I think Draymond leaves the Sean Marion game like, wow, that nigga beat me in my own game.
A lot of running, a lot of hustling. You know what I'm saying? Rashard.
Because you could argue outside of maybe the assists because the offenses ran a little bit different. But if you remember, Steve Nash wasn't Golden State as an offensive consultant when Steve Kerr got there. Yeah. So a lot of that run and gun they do get from that old D'Antoni system. Yeah, people forget about it. Steve Nash doesn't have a ring as a player, but he does have 2 as like a coach, I guess, would be like he was
stealing every MVP.
Yeah, he was like in football, the offensive quality control guy. With Golden State. If you look, Steve Nash was on. Yeah, he was like So he's like, I want to say like in football, they're the offensive quality control guy. Which, by the way, NFL, can you please explain to me what the fuck that means? Steve, like no one knows. Like I have 2 friends who play D1 football. None of us know what the fuck that means.
Yeah,
like it just seems like a hall monitor. Like you just snitch it if niggas ain't doing the job.
Position that they need to make up. Like,
yeah, basically. But I feel like
if he's getting paid though. Good for him.
Yeah, hey,
good for him. I want that job.
Excuse me. Get paid, young nigga. Get paid. But I feel like Sean Marion goes and like you leave and it's just there's nothing worse than like someone beating you at something that you did. Like,
I hate that.
You know what I mean? Like I saw moves from Travis and do it against him every day in practice, and this nigga would just look at me like, why? Like. You gonna steal my whole bag, and then it's actually one of the more disrespectful things you can do to somebody.
No, I think about it.
Yeah, you think of it, like, you know what I mean. And we'll wrap this list up with two totally different sides of the spectrum, I believe.
Okay.
I have one a man who I believe should be an NBA coach that only lost his job because
Mark Jackson.
No. Mark Jackson should probably be an NBA coach also, but he's not in the position to be playing Draymond Green if they were on the court at the same time. But someone I believe should be an NBA coach that only isn't because James Harden loves the strip club in the offseason and comes in out of shape. And I believe they started with a losing record. It was a rough one.
I like the strip club.
Kevin McHale.
Yeah.
I believe OG Kevin and Bill Walton, but I was just thinking Kevin McHale.
Okay.
OG Kevin McHale gives us he's kind of almost like a rough version of Pau Gasol to me. Like he's going
Kevin McHale. I forgot that he's not a coach anymore, bro.
Yeah, and he should be. The Rockets, I know the Rockets got to the Western Conference because Paul gets hurt, but there's tons of dominoes that have to fall in place. They were on the trajectory to be a great team with him still as their coach.
That's a shame. They would have won that series.
James Harden comes in noticeably out of shape the last year. They have Kevin McHale, which I believe is 3 years ago. And then the last one I have on here is the man. I can't even call him a myth because we've seen him do legendary things.
Please enlighten.
Sean Kemp. Mr. Dunk at you and point at you.
Gosh.
There's no way.
The man was disrespectful.
Because I'll say this. Sean Kemp gets a bucket on Charles Barkley. Back to our original point.
Yeah.
He's a bucket on Charles Barkley. Draymond's not keeping up with. And you know what the worst part? Sean Kemp's going to do this without shooting a jump shot.
No, that's what I was going to say. Straight paint.
Straight paint.
Within the 15.
Up and under. Little back down.
Right over you.
Hook shot's not even effective, but he jumps so much higher than you, it's not going to matter. Like, Draymond's talking to Charles, like, he don't box out. And Charles had some bunnies. Draymond can't get out of a fly trap on the floor.
It irritates me about Draymond, too, because I've always said this about him, like, being a system player. And he's fantastic. He really does make the system.
It doesn't work without him.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But, like, you can't talk to Charles Barkley and, like, average, like, 11, if that, or, like, 9, 6, and 4 when your boys aren't there. Like, you can't do that.
Like, I just, because here's the thing: if that's not telling of Draymond's skill, it's telling of Draymond's effort.
Right? Okay, exactly. And you can put that
because here's the thing: if you're really the point forward that you say you are, and like I think, don't hold me to this, but I think he's wanted to be compared more to Scottie Pippen in a sense, or like that's more what people should say. I'm not gonna put that.
He has a lot of skills, and he has a lot of skills, and you'd be feeling that.
And here's the thing, though: this should be a time for you to shine. I get it. You're not you're not passing to the greatest quality of players, but here's the thing: we've seen quarterbacks throw to shitty wide receivers and still make the Pro Bowl. Yeah. If you're really the point guard or like the engine of this team like that, the only person on the team who was doing good, Willie Cauley-Stein, got shipped out to Dallas.
Yes. Thought I was gonna do better.
I thought so. I thought that was a steal for them last season.
I picked him up in my basketball league.
I did too.
I really did.
I'm a Mavs fan.
I dropped him, but but it happened.
when the Mavs got him, I thought it was gonna be a big steal. They have I forget. Oh God, I'm mad that I'm forgetting his name. But he is Steph Curry's brother-in-law. He's playing. I think he has the dreads. He wears a headband. He's nice though. Like he actually looks like he's all right. But besides,
the other Curry's getting off for you guys as well.
Yeah,
too,
he's
kind of doing
hey,
nice.
bro.
Right.
Hey, you got the same 3-point percentage as your brother. Do not let people tell you otherwise. It is truth. But 45%. You better tell these people what time it is. You know. But yeah, it was just God, I'm mad 'cause I really do like this guy. But yeah, he is the Curry's brother-in-law. He's married to their sister, and he plays for the Warriors. He's been. I think Damon Lee. I want to say it's Damon Lee, but don't hold me to that. But he's been out here hooping.
Okay.
But he's been giving a fuck. And I get it, Draymond. Your boys are hurt. Yeah. You don't want to hurt yourself. Come back. It is Damon Lee. Thank you. You know. And,
Steph guy.
Steph guy. Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, the difference I think when we compare Draymond to some of the guys on these lists, I think what the biggest criteria to me was, which, and no offense, took like the Chris Webbers out to me.
Well, that was too obvious.
No, that's not even too obvious. Chris Webber is probably better than Charles Barkley. But if you want to argue with me, he's not, and he should be on this list. If you want to argue with me that he's not, and he should be on this list, I would argue with you. Everybody else on this list is giving you fucking effort. There's never been Amari did dumb things. He punched the fire hydrant in New York and ruined the whole series. But that showed me he cared. Did he misplace that anger? Of course. But it showed me he cared.
Of course.
But you know,
sometimes we care here.
We're gonna have you guys see this clip. Write your opinions. Who do you think is better than Draymond, but not as good as Charles?